सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Once upon a time, I was asked to address International Yoga Conference. There were people from all over the world, dozens of countries, and all the yogis were there. And after my talk was over, I confused the people sufficiently. My approach to life is very simple. Either convince or confuse. If you are convinced, you will improve. If you are confused, you will start improving. So after the talk was over, there was one lady from US. She said, I want to discuss with you, but I got my flight, I can't wait. So I'll go back and then I'll call you. I said, okay. She called me. There it is day, here it is night. So she called night 1 o'clock. I said, I don't talk at night. So please call when it is day here. Not your convenience, my convenience. She called next day. She said, I am writing a book on mind. So kindly tell me, what is the difference between approach to mind according to the Western philosophy and the Eastern philosophy? I said, okay, I'll tell you both the things in one line. So you can write it and take all the credit. I said, look here. Western people, Western psychology talks about what are the possible unhealthy conditions of mind. And we talk about what are the possible dormant potentialities in every mind. That is why there are hardly any psychiatrists in our country. The reason is everybody is a philosopher. See, friends, so where from it comes? It comes from changing the standpoint of life. See, I'll give you one or two examples. I was somewhere in Minneapolis and some TV program was going on. In between, a pop came, and it was, government of Minnesota has sanctioned $4 million for the mental health of the youth of this state. See? Sab mental hai. That was the problem. So my host asked me, Swamiji, what do you think about mental health? I said, they have to decide whether they want to celebrate life or calibrate life. Normally, we complain about mind. See? Only complaining is not the solution. Work on the mind. So when we say my mind is disturbed, there was one boy, these days he is in New Zealand, very well established. He was in Delhi, maybe about 20, 30 years before. Young boy like you, going to college, he came to me and he said, Swamiji, please don't quote my examples in your lecture and kindly guide me. I said, all right. His problem was when I want to study, suppose even if while going by a bus or anywhere, when I look at some girl, I just get mad and I start running after her. And I forget, even while writing the paper, if I look somewhere and some girl is sitting, I'm gone. What should I do? I said, go after her. See? Another boy. This happened in Ahmedabad. There is one Ramakrishna Mission ashram, and in Manipur, in Maninagar, my talk was over. I came down from the stage. One young, like any one of you, with his baby means helmet, he came down and he said, Swamiji, I have got a question. I said, keep with you. I have got sufficient. I don't need anything. No, please tell me what is wrong if I run after girls. I said, nothing wrong. Normally, what he expected, no, beta, you should not run after girls. I said, no, nothing wrong. That is your age. At this age, you can't run after buffaloes. Run after girls. And if you want to run after girls, if you feel lonely, I can give you company. I'm free. He got so frustrated because normally what is expected? No, beta, you are this, you are that, our Sanskriti, our culture. See, friends. No, you don't understand. I said, my dear, you are not understanding your problem. Your problem is your mind is not available to you when you want. That is your problem. When you are studying, you remember cricket match. When you are watching cricket match, then you remember your assignments to be completed. When you are doing that, then you remember that. In short, our mind is never available to us when we want. You know, a condition of our mind is like what? The old ambassador car. When it runs, every part makes a noise except the horn. In the same manner, our mind goes everywhere except where we want it to go. So normally, we only complain about mind. See, friends. Then I told him one more example about the yoga teacher. This happened in Bits Pilani. You know Bits Pilani? I used to go there regularly for giving talks. So one day, one yoga teacher came and Namaskar Chamatkar, and then he said, Swamiji, do you recognize me? I said, no, I don't recognize. But I was your student. I said, I don't recognize even God. What to recognize a man? I don't know. No, I was your student and I was so much influenced by you. I said, very good. Now, he said, but after coming here, I am frustrated. I said, commit suicide. Frustration will go. Then he said, here so many facilities are available. All games, Olympic site, this swimming pool, everything is available. But none of the students come. And I feel bored here. I said, my dear, you simply answer my questions. No argument, no logic. He said, all right. Are you getting your salary? He said, yes. What for you have come here? For salary. Kha ke so jao. But why they don't come here? For all the facilities which are available. I said, if you want yoga, games, running, football, throwing here and there stones, go to Patiala. I said, in Bits Pilani, the students who come, they are committed to their career when they were in class 8, class 9. From that time, they are preparing. So their life is not for lifting the weight, putting it down, lifting the weight, putting it down. You see all these weightlifters, their biceps muscle becomes so huge, strong. How long? Maximum age 21, 22, 23. Thereafter, no work. All the muscles come back to the Madhya Pradesh and they become dumb. Is that life? See, friends, be very attentive. So to that boy, I told, do you know, when you have got a higher goal, lower things drop. See? Keep a higher goal in life. But our goal is also Ghatiya. What can we achieve in life? See, friends, you must be seeing, you are youngsters, therefore I am telling you these stories. For oldies, I don't talk. I am talking only to them, okay? You can close your ears if you don't like. You must have seen many girls, rather all the girls are born to walk like human beings, is it not? But many of them want to walk like the cat. Where do they want cat walk? On the ramp, isn't it? Now tell me, if somebody wants to go and walk there, you require qualification. What is the qualification? Figure. 36, 24, 36. Is it not? Our figure 62, 62, 62. Drum. Take it for rolling. Now those girls who want to maintain that figure, how much they are committed? They don't eat food. They calculate calories. They do exercise. Then only it is achieved. So in a simple thing like this, when you have got some higher goal, lower things you automatically drop. See, my friends, we only complain about mind. Complaining is not a solution. Work on the problem. Therefore, when we say our mind is disturbed, the first reason is we are lacking something higher in our life. How important it is. Seek something higher in life. Now, second thing, if we are only complaining the mind is disturbed, then nobody can help us. You know, one student completed MBBS and thereafter asked me, this happened in Mumbai. Swamiji, I have completed my MBBS. Kindly tell me what discipline I should follow for my post graduation. I said, take one of the two. Either become a psychiatrist or become a dermatologist. Both the patients never cure. You get your daily sufficient money and there is no emergency. Isn't it? Psychiatrist is only playing with us. In one of my talk, after my talk was over, one lady came. She says, Swamiji, your and my profession is same. I said, what is your profession? You also bluff like me? He said, no, I am a psychiatrist and you are also talking about mind. I said, look here, you play with the minds of the people. You make them talk. You don't listen. And yet they pay you. Here, I keep on talking. Nobody listens and nobody gives me one fee. A lot of difference. See? Therefore, we have to recognize, instead of complaining about the mind is disturbed, define what is a disturbed mind. You're all scientific minded, is it not? What is a disturbed mind? Oh, mind is very disturbed. This is not the way. A simple rule. We go to the doctor, and after going to the doctor, what do we tell? We tell symptoms, is it not? Unless we are Indians. Indians go and teach the doctor. Doctor साहब एक इंजेक्शन ठोक दो. अरे, see? So when we go to the doctor, we tell them or him what are the symptoms. And from the symptoms, he arrives at the disease. From the effect, we go to the cause, is it not? What are the effects of a disturbed mind? Have you thought over? Disturbed mind means the mind runs in three areas. The mind runs in different places. The mind runs in different times. The mind runs in objects. So when we were there, once I was somewhere in Newcastle, Australia, and there was a family with whom I was staying, Sardarji family, very good friend of mine. He had a son. Now that son has become a father, very intelligent boy. So when he was maybe class 6 or class 7, I asked him, I said, hey, do you go to India? Yes, we go every year. Very good. Tell me something when you go what I do not know, because I also go to India. He gave me the highest wisdom. He said, when we go to India, we talk about Australia. And when we are in Australia, we talk about India. Mind is never available to us where we are. Only complaining the mind is disturbed is not the solution. Now the second thing. The mind runs in time. See, all the oldies, why the old people do not fit in the youngsters, all the time the same thing. जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, वो भी गए भाड़ में तुम भी जाओ. All the time. When we were children, who asked you? We old people don't understand. Youngsters are concerned about their future. Oldies have, no, I'm old. What future I have? So what will I talk? If I have got peanuts in my pocket, will I distribute chocolates? See, friends, so all the time living in the past. See, my friends. And so the mind runs in places, the mind runs in time, and the mind runs in object to object. When we see somebody, you look like somebody. When I see something, I remember that object. In short, disturbed mind means the mind is running uncontrolled from place to place, from object to object, from time to time. How simple it is. So if we have this problem, my mind is disturbed, what we have to work? See that the mind is not allowed to run from place to place. The mind is not allowed to run from object to object. The mind is not allowed to run from time to time. If these three things are consciously understood and worked upon, see, you will achieve highest in your life. Most of you must have studied Bhagavad Gita, is it not? If you want to summarize whole Bhagavad Gita in one line, how will you summarize? Our happy mantra, which I played in the beginning. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. This is whole Bhagavad Gita. Where was Arjun? On the battlefield. When? At the time of war. What he should have been? Somebody's grandson, somebody's disciple, somebody's brother, or a warrior. It's a common thing, is it? But what was the problem? His problem was identity crisis. As to who am I at a given place, at a given time, that we have to remember. See? And after whole Bhagavad Gita was over, Bhagavan Krishna did not ask Arjun, did you get the knowledge? Nowhere this question comes. And Arjun also replies, Nashto moha smriti labdha tat prasadat maya chuta. My delusion has gone. And therefore, he was arguing and arguing in the first chapter. See? Therefore, we have to consciously remember that we are controlling the mind or the mind is controlling us. This we have to remember. Now, to control this mind, once we have to be clear, nobody can help us in this path. See? If I am hungry, I can't tell somebody, hey, you take food here, I am busy. No. If I got some health issue, I can't tell my wife, darling, you take this quinine, I don't like it. That dumb will take also, but my disease will remain. Idea is, we have to live our life, we have to die our death, we have to control our mind. Don't be a weakling. Nayam atma balahine labhya. Upanishad says, this achievement is not for those who are dropouts of life. Invoke your inner strength. And inner strength is 100% controlled mind. And 100% controlled mind is available wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Now, where are we? In satsanga. When? During satsanga. What should we be? Satsangi. But instead of satsangi, if we become brother, mother, sister, husband, wife, in-laws, outlaws, our mind will be running here and there. Now, who can help us? Gita says, Uddhared atmanatmanam, natmanam avasadayet, atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmanaha. We are here to discover inner strength. See, friend, Uddhared atmanam atmana. We are our friend when the mind is under 100% control. We are our enemy when the mind controls us. Friends, all those weaklings, they deserve to die. Invoke your inner strength. See, friends, what we call self-confidence. I'm taking you to the next step. We only say self-confidence. What exactly we mean by self-confidence? See? Be attentive. We have two channels. One is a channel of knowledge, what we call Jnana Shakti. And second is Kriya Shakti, the ability to act. Every one of us. So be very attentive. It is so simple. If I have two lines drawn from the same point, here I don't have blackboard. If you take, for example, this point, from here two lines are drawn. So they cannot be parallel. They will have an angle. You can't stop it. In the same manner, consciousness expresses as knowledge and action. See? A dead person, no knowledge, no action. When a body is kept on the fire and you put on the fire, hey, don't jalao yaar, mujhe garmi ho rahi hai. No, there is no consciousness there. Life is not there. So, life expresses as knowledge and action. Be very attentive. When we go away from the center, of origin of these two lines, what will happen? The distance between these two lines will start increasing, is it not? As you go away from the center of origin of these two lines, you go away, the distance, you can see in my fingers, here it is very less distance. As we go away, it increases. Be very attentive. We get inspired by mistake and we decide, from tomorrow I'm going to get up early in the morning and do meditation. Because you heard somewhere some Babaji, you get inspired. And then next day, 4 o'clock, your sleep is over. Then your mind comes to your help. यार कहाँ बाबा जी के चक्कर में पड़ते हो? Is it God is available only in the morning? In the afternoon, is he on leave or what? Hey, God is every time is available. I'm not going to. No. Again, we go to sleep. And then, as usual, we wake up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Oh God, today also I could not wake up. You repeat this experiment 2-3 times. You come to a conclusion. I don't think it is my bite. I am not meant for that. What is that? Lack of self-confidence. Friends, those who respect their knowledge in their action, they have 100% self-confidence. We don't respect our own knowledge. See how important it is. Simply, we learned in our school, childhood, early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. And what is our life? Late to bed and late to rise is the way to be unhealthy and otherwise. Such people, what can they achieve in life? Dear friends, respect your knowledge in your life. Now see what will happen. Come back to the same example. When knowledge is not respected in action, the gap distance starts widening. When the knowledge is respected in action, then the distance between these two lines of energy, it starts minimizing. Be attentive. And when what you know, that you act, that is called as self-confidence. In Sanskrit, it is called as Atma Vishwas. He who doesn't have self-confidence, he can achieve nothing in life. See, my friends, and such people are expert in blaming others. Therefore, friends, discover this self-confidence. So we have seen two things. We must know what is the disturbed mind. And second thing, how to invoke the self-confidence. I am not giving you anything physical. Only think properly. All the problems of life are born out of erroneous and incomplete thinking. Think properly. Avichara kruto bandha vicharena nivartate. All the problems are because of incomplete thinking. Think properly, fully, completely. Problems are not required to be solved. Problems are dissolved. Problems are incomplete thinking. Think properly. And this is what, in the second chapter onwards, Bhagavan Sri Krishna starts telling Arjuna. Think properly. You must have read in the newspaper, some student committed suicide, fearing that I will fail, I will not come in the merit class or whatever. And then the results come, and then it is declared that student has come in the merit list, but he committed suicide. See, friends, because lack of self-confidence. And therefore, the first principle to discover self-confidence and making the mind as our slave rather than we are enslaved by the mind. The first technique is gatasuna gatasunshcha nanu shochanti panditaha. Do not justify you are miserable. Be happy. Be cheerful. See, friends, a frustrated, depressed, dejected person, he cannot be inspired. Therefore, Bhagwan Sri Krishna gave a gali, abuse to Arjun, right in the beginning. When in the first chapter, Arjun was crying, how can I kill him? My grandfather is my guru. He was crying. Bhagwan Krishna, as if caught his collar, he didn't have, caught his collar, and gave him left and right. He said, Klaibhyamasma gamapartha na etatvai upapadyate kshudram hruday daurbalyam tyaktvodishta parantapa. Klaibhya means klibata. Kliba means napusak. Bhagwan says, Arjun, don't be an impotent. Do you know the story behind this? In the last year of their incognito living, Arjun had to take the part of a eunuch and teach dance and music to the daughter of that Virat king, Uttara. For 1 year, he acted as a eunuch and teaching bhajan, kirtan, dance to that girl. After 1 year was over, his curse was over, and next day the war began. And this was known that he was a klib, he was a eunuch, only by him and by Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Nobody knew it. So Bhagwan Krishna on the battlefield tells him, Arjun, now that part is over. You are still Napusak. You can imagine what a strong insult it can be. A warrior on the battlefield is called as eunuch. See, friends, Nayamatma balahinena labhya. Life is not for the dropouts of life. Fight. We are here not to live. We are here to succeed in life. See, friends. Therefore, what is klibata? Klibata is lack of inspiration. Inspired beginning is a guaranteed success. See, friends, you are all students, you must be seeing when they run on that whatever you call race, 100-meter, 1,000-meter. So they are standing in a line and they are not standing, but they are like the spring and they don't run, they shoot. See? They are ready. Ready to not run, ready to succeed. See? Then among them, if I go and stand there, and if the whistle goes, by the time I prepare myself, my lungi, they would have reached already. Because they were inspired. See, my friends, when you remain inspired, success is guaranteed. But if we are negative like Arjun in the beginning, see, in the battle, so many people will be killed. Now, as if Bhagwan Krishna didn't know that in the war front people are killed. Bhagwan thought that on the war field babies are born. See? He knew it. Do you know the age of Bhagwan Krishna and Arjuna at the time of war? Bhagwan Krishna was 89 years of age. And Arjun was 86 years of age. All the wars and fighting is done by the oldies, not by the youngsters. Friends, how important it is to know. Therefore, Arjuna was told first of all that gatasuna gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Stop complaining and getting into depression. You know how the wise and the otherwise people differ. Wise people are not miserable when somebody dies or when somebody doesn't die. Ignorant people are miserable for both. When somebody dies, they are miserable. When somebody doesn't die, ये मरता भी नहीं, वहां भी miserable. अरे राम राम. गतासु न गतासुश्च नानु शोचन्ति पंडिताः. The first principle to control your mind and get rid of all the things. Be happy, don't become happy. Being happy doesn't require anything changing around you. When you become happy, you are bound to suffer after some time. See? How simple it is. Therefore, the more we understand this principle, everything is happening only to the mind. Nothing happens to body. See? You might have come across sometime, or maybe it has happened to you. Suppose your toes get some kind of infection or some abscess or whatever it is. So the doctor don't give you general anesthesia, they give you local anesthesia. See? And when that local anesthesia is given, then the doctor says, now you can watch, don't worry. So you are sitting on the chair comfortably, put your leg on the stool, and the doctor takes the scalpel and cuts your toe comfortably, and you are keeping watching it, and the blood comes out, and he takes out whatever he has to take out, and thereafter he goes on stitching, and you watch all that. And that time what goes in our mind? Ha ha, I am a great yogi. I don't get disturbed even when my toe is cut. For how long? 15 minutes. After that, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Why? When that anesthesia was given, your toe was free from, or your mind was not allowed to enter the toe. Recognize this principle. Life is not lived by the body. Life is lived by the mind. We all take care of our body, is it not? Two things we do with body. We work by the body and we work on the body. What is working by the body? You do job, you do business and earn money so that you can survive. Working by the body. Working on the body, do yoga, twist the body for no reason and keep on running to come back. Lift the weight to put it down. And then organic food and control. So many things. Why? We are working by the body as well as we are working on the body. Be very attentive. What we have done to work on the mind? We want our body healthy, is it not? With a healthy body alone, you can lead a good life. See how important it is. We are never told by our parents, by the teachers, anywhere, this principle that we have to work by the mind and we have to work on the mind. Now tell me, this you can understand easily. Working by the body and working on the body. Easy. Now tell me, what is the meaning of working by the mind and working on the mind? Thought over? We are never taught. Now think what you can understand. What is the meaning of working by the mind and working on the mind? Working by the body, I lifted the glass and kept it here. Understood. Working on the body, I put it in such a manner that it doesn't become a problem for me. Hand is my control. In the same manner, working by the mind, working on the mind. I give you 1 minute. Think what we understand by working by the mind. Who is doing? Huh. Very good. To summarize what she said, working by the mind is default settings. See? We have got comments on everything. Default. See? Our mind is not under control. I should not say, we do say that. I should not say, but our neighbor's daughter-in-law is far better than our daughter-in-law. Are Maharani, when you know, I should not say, why don't you keep your mouth shut? How important it is. Are we functioning in this world by default? Commenting, advising, suggesting. See? Therefore, in our happy mantra, if you remember, there was one mantra. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. We'll come to that. So once we understand this, dekho, suno, mat bolo. This is Maha Mantra. Now this mantra we have to practice, working on the mind. Outer thing, we talk. There also there is one mantra, who asked you? Many times we talk when it is not required. When we talk to others, we talk about the external things. How are you? I am having this, I am having that. In short, we talk about the past. Like when many people meet us, they have this question. Swamiji, where are you from? Why are you here? Go, go. No, don't come. When we are talking to others, we talk about the past. Swamiji, where are you from? When were you born? What is your age? Why were you born? कोई जरूरत है? Is it necessary to know about everybody? No need. Therefore, to control this and to control the mind, try this. Before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, in 99% cases, you will reply to yourself, there is no need to talk. Now observe this in society. When few people are there in a gathering, then one person tells something. Here I was coming and there was one bicycle and that fellow hit one old lady, Thank God she didn't die, but she got hurt. Now this story is over. Do you think others will keep quiet? ये तो कुछ भी नहीं. When I was coming, one motorcycle fellow came and dashed the bicycle fellow. And that poor fellow was so much hurt. Third one, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं. I have seen a truck coming and hitting the car and the car was destroyed. The fourth is, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं. I have seen a train coming and hitting the truck. Fifth will say, ये कुछ भी नहीं. मैंने तो देखा कि this aeroplane came and hit the train. What are you trying to do? My accident is superior than your accident. My accident is better than your. Friends, this is how the gossiping continues in the world. See, friends, this is how the mind is making fool of us. Therefore, each and every mantra, if you work on it, who asked you? Mind will remain quiet. When we are working on the mind, these old habits must die. See? So, working on the mind is before we talk, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? And second thing, mind expresses as speech. This is the basic thing of controlling the mind. Expression of mind is speech. Mind is the cause, speech is the effect. Mind is one, words are many. Be very attentive. Very subtle point it is. And therefore, if we control our tongue, mind remains controlled. Now try these two experiments. Do not talk to yourself for 1 minute. Stop. When you did not talk to yourself, do you have a problem? The mind is disturbed. And to make it firm and deep, add one more parameter. Don't talk to yourself and listen to silence. Start. This state of mind is healthy state. Give it a try. This point we should be very clear. The more we have control over our tongue, to that extent our mind is under our control. Now, when we talk about disturbed mind, you know what happens? Yoga teachers tell us, yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. Don't get lost in that. You ask any yogi, has he sincerely, really attained 100% chitta vritti nirodha? You cannot. Then learn that thoughts are not problem. Now tell me, where poor thoughts should come? Our struggle is what? I should be open, but I should not see anything. Right? Eyes are meant for seeing. Ear should be open, but we should not hear anything. Then There should not be thought in the minds. Now, where should the thoughts come? In the nose. You can blow them out. See? What funny thing. Thoughts are not problem. Then what is the problem? Problem is the flow of thoughts. See? When we go to Haridwar, take bath in Ganges, Har Ki Paudi, we enjoy, is it not? But when the flow of waters is very high, we are not carried away by the water, but we are carried away by the flow of water. Now apply the same principle here. Thoughts are no problem. When the thoughts gather a momentum, in that momentum we get carried away. Therefore, we have to recognize this. How the thought momentum happens, what is that because of which the thoughts are gathering the momentum? Think about it. How can it be stopped? Then we will come to know one day by God's grace that whenever the theme is finite, every thought breeds next thought. Take a finite theme. I am very hungry, but this time the canteen will not be open. Yeah. I think I should have kept something, in my room, but I don't know why I didn't come. Let me go to my neighbor's room. Hey, कुछ है क्या खाने के लिए? Why? The theme is I want to eat something, a finite. So what is the thought breeding? What is the thought flow? When one thought breeds the next thought. And the thought is pertaining to something finite. Make infinite as the object of thinking. What is infinite? Words are finite. Silence is infinite. Therefore, make silence as the object of thinking. These are the tricks of the mind. In other way, you think whatever you want, but one condition: do not use any words. Now think, don't use any words. You cannot think. Therefore, the world begins when we start talking. And we talk at two levels. We talk to others and we talk to ourselves. Others we can stop talking. Go away. Suppose I am disturbed because of somebody. I'll go away. But if I am disturbed because of myself, जाऊं तो जाऊं कहां? Wherever I go, there I am. Then we go to drinks and drugs. And what is drinks and drugs? Only chemical suspension of thought formation. See, this was the problem which I was referring to at the beginning of the lecture. In the Western world, this is the biggest problem. Drinks and drugs. See, in Australia, I was so surprised to see that. My friend, he is having pharmacy. So he took me to his pharmacy. He said, Swamiji, come, I'll show you some maja. I said, okay. But you don't have to talk. You pretend that you are reading something. You are not supposed to talk anything. I said, all right. We reached his pharmacy. He gave me one seat. You can sit there. There was a big queue outside his pharmacy. Very big queue. All age groups. He said, now see, a person comes, his name is registered there, tick mark, and then give him one pill, heroin, and a glass of water. He drinks it, throws the glass, goes away. About 300-400. He said, this is my job in the morning. I said, who pays you? The government pays. Then he told, heroin is such a drug. You take only once in your lifetime. You become addicted lifelong. You cannot live without it. As a result, if they don't get it, they will do any crime. And if you put them behind the bar, it is expensive to maintain a thief or a drug addict. So the government thought, marne do, let us give them free heroin. At least they will not destroy the society. But it is not their fault, because that drug is such that once you are addicted, you cannot get rid of it. This is how the mind plays tricks with us. Therefore, friends, make some higher goal in your life. See? And higher goal can be made only if you are inspired. Friends, inspiration doesn't drop from the heavens. Inspiration comes from within. From outside is only the motivation that comes. Inspirations come from within. And it can come when we have some higher goal to be achieved in life. Not somehow living. Marni re isliye ji rahe. Life is what? Friends, with this inspired mode, when we lead our life, you will see mind will never be a problem. And therefore, we have to work on the mind, not on the world outside. World is okay. Take care of yourself. And for that, let us observe who is guiding us. Temptations, likes, dislikes, anger, greed. Who is guiding us? In the 3rd chapter, Arjuna asked this question when he was told all the great knowledge. And in that, he asked Bhagavan Sri Krishna a question. Under whose compelling force, although unwilling, a person goes the wrong way. Athakena prayuktoyam papam chariti purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojita. Who is compelling forcibly, although unwilling, to go the wrong way? Knowledge-wise, we are complete. Yet we go the wrong way. What is the reason? Bhagavan says, Kama esha krodha esha. When we are under the force and the pressure of desire, and if the desire is not fulfilled, it gets converted into anger. And if the desire is fulfilled, it gets converted into greed. So these 3 factors. Trividham narakasedam dwaram nashanam atmanaha. Kama krodhas tatha lobaha tasmad etat trayam tyajet. Once I was talking to kids in some school, and I mentioned this shlok. The one child asked, Swamiji, yes, you told there are 3 gateways to hell: desire, anger, and greed. Therefore, don't follow that. Oh, these are the gateways to hell. How many gateways to the heaven? I said, only one. Why? Children are children. I said, because there is a lot of rush for the hell. Therefore, 3 gateways. And for the heaven, hardly there is anyone. What is going to hell? When we are fed up of ourselves. Now the last concluding thought. If this we have to practice in life, what is the thumb rule? Thumb rule is you are at peace with yourself. If you are at peace with yourself, you will be at peace with the whole world. If you are frustrated inside, you will be destructive outside. A happy person can never be destructive. Can a boy goes to his girlfriend and tells like this, my dear, today I am so happy, I want to cut you into small pieces. It can never happen. Happiness is a constructive energy. And frustration, depression, dejection, these are the destructive forces. Therefore, be happy. If somebody does a mistake and asks you, how are you? Sit down and don't start your Mahabharata. When I was small, my mommy did like this, my father did like this. Nobody is interested in our past. People are concerned about their future. The more we recognize this, we are minding our mind. Now, in all these things, whatever I spoke, the attention was only on the mind. Therefore, every day try this. Any time, 4-5 times a day, 1 minute at a time. Don't talk to yourself and listen to silence. Each time 1 minute. Do it 4, 5, 6 times. Slowly, your stamina will increase. Then make it 2 minutes. Make it 3 minutes. And once you get the hang of it, it is so lovely. Then our condition is like an expert driver who negotiates through all the terrible traffic cheerfully, happily, listening to music, talking on phone, and taking a glass of water, and yet negotiating without getting disturbed anywhere, because now he is having perfect control over his vehicle, is it not? And those who don't have control over their vehicle, what they do? They complain about others. देखो कैसे चल रहा है? You have a driving license, or the man on the road, he has a walking license? Friends, work on your mind. You have done highest good to yourself. Give it a try. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.